guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the top of the mountains. I'm just out getting some fresh air and I wanted to bring you out here. So I'm not really sure what I'm here to share today except for the beauty and the grandeur and the majesty of nature as it is always here waiting for us. And of course I'm here during the week, and so there's not a lot of people up here. Mostly there's people just during the weekends. So it's really a treat of self-employment, I guess, to be able to really take in the pristine nature around me all by myself. So I'm at a campground, I'm at a beautiful spot, and there's nobody here, and you can hear the river. It's just right here. So it might even be a bit loud. So let's take a little walk here. A little bit away from the water, so it's not quite as loud. Sideways. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, so there are some changes going on to this channel that maybe aren't perceptible to you yet, but I am working on it, and I'm working on really implementing and blending. This is my own personal integration journey following the death of my father and how his wisdom has impressed upon me and what kind of framework he held for me and for the family as a major Capricorn archetype, a planner, an organizer, a really foundational kind of guy that found a way to put his life together in such a beautiful way that he leaves my mother in a very beautiful position and a place where she gets to find her voice more too. And that's really neat for me to start seeing some of that. And anyway, it causes me to reflect on my own manifestations and my own way of showing up in the world and wanting to be a little more integrative in that. Because a huge part of what I've spent my life doing is tuning into the subtle language of life and peering behind the veils and dissolving the illusions that I have been under. And so that has been a large reason for wanting to give back, is feeling that I was so blessed in my life to see beyond so many things that most don't, to have the opportunity to see the true, pristine, beautiful God presence in reality that's just right there every moment, behind every experience. And so one way that I know to share that with you is to bring you into nature more with me, because maybe you're watching from home or a desk, and I think it's really important not only for me to get out in nature, but for me to bring you all there too. So we're going to walk down to the river in just a moment. But the other thing is, part of reading the language of life I've found in the many tools that I've stumbled upon, like cards and runes and I Ching and astrology and these many things, cardology, animal totemery, crystals, shadow work. All of these things are sort of like decoding mechanisms. So I want to implement that a little bit more. There's a lot of like card readers on YouTube right now, and I've really resisted being one of those, but they definitely get a lot of viewers, and I definitely would like to reach more people. So I'd love your thoughts on this, those of you who are here now. But doing the weekly readings for the signs, but implementing some kind of physical embodiment, so it's not just a nice idea of some energy that's around you or coming, but how can we actually implement these? So that's one of my biggest things in sessions, is to read the energy and then give tools of how to really embody. And so, so that's something I'm looking forward to integrating on the channel starting next week. I'm just kind of trying to figure out the spot and everything for that. So let's take a little walk here. Not really sure how to get down here. Going through the trees here. Oh yeah. So pretty beautiful spot here. It's hard to really talk when I'm on the banks there, so we'll come back up here a little bit. So nature and reading the language of life through some readings and so forth. I'm going to keep offering some practices that I do know. And who knows, maybe I'll share some more of the music that's coming along. I am drinking this Better Booch Kombucha Citrus Sunrise, a delicious gut-healthy beverage. Raw and unpasteurized. Okay. So let's set this up, guys. Let's make this real. I did write a song for my dad, and I guess I'll play it for you. All right, this is a song that the wind helped me to write, and then my father, after he passed. I listen to the wind blow sweetly through the trees. It seems to speak to me in the voice of my daddy. My daughter, come and walk with me. I want you to feel, and I want you to see something of the nature of this reality. It's settled. Sometimes it blows. Sometimes it slows, sometimes it goes. Oh, sometimes the wind blows strong, pushes you along. Sometimes it's gone, it seems. So I listen to the wisdom that was blowing in the wind. Felt my daddy's presence there, touch upon my skin. Then I realized his love was deep within. I said, he said, oh, come walk with me. Come walk with me. Come walk with me. He said, oh, what if you could know my Father with me there, dropped me to my knees. Then I realized that He would always live in me. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, oh, oh. I listen to the wind and I can hear His voice again. Well, I only messed up one time. So that is, and if you notice, the wind picked up just a little bit while I was singing, which it always does. So, thank you for witnessing that with me. So it's like my dad was saying before he passed that he wished that he knew what was going on behind closed doors more, that he wished he knew me better and he knew everyone better, and that a lot of what we were about was sort of like not spoken and not shared. And I do regret that to an extent, except for my dad held a very specific archetype in our family, and mine kind of stepped all over those toes, and as like a spiritual giant in our family, he was in a different way than me. And so I feel the compartmentalizing that I maybe did while he was around is blurring, is integrating, is fading into one another. And I do feel like that is part of this last transit of Pluto back into Capricorn coming this weekend, the beginning of September, preparing us to fully go into Pluto in Aquarius for 16 years or so, coming the end of this year. So we are looking at what structures we have upheld in our life. And I'm asking you, and I'm asking myself, what structures have been upheld? And as the Leo King said the other day, he asked, and I thought this was a great question, what grade would you give yourself for the last 16 years? And then he went on to say, this return of Pluto into Capricorn is like one more opportunity to bump that grade up. You know, so like if I'm looking at where I kind of failed the exam, or, oh, hi squirrel, there's a squirrel. Do you like my music? I feel like Snow White. Or Sleeping Beauty. I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream. Okay, the squirrel ran away. But yeah, like where I've graded myself, like maybe lower than I would want to, in what areas, you know, relationship, work, success, you know, even though I give myself a high grade in other areas, you know, my spiritual study and my self-love journey and my healing journey. And so this is like an opportunity with Capricornian themes, structures, careers, things that are long-term, right? To get another chance of renewing them, of like revivifying them, giving them like a new spin, or like baptizing them again is kind of how it comes out. And to me that means like spiritually renewing myself in my perspective of those things. If I think I'm not successful in business, then even if I am, I'm still negatively judging myself. And what is success anyway? Is success more followers, greater reach, more income? Like, what is it? You know, like to me, success has just been simply being able to raise my boys at home and be with them. Like, that was my biggest desire when I became a mother, is to raise my boys and like be fully present and be their friend and guide them to find their own voices. And if I look at my life in the last 16 years, I succeeded in that. Though they've both gone to school this year, and it makes me a little emotional, but I'm super happy for them. Like, they're enjoying interacting and finding their voice and being outgoing and being like just grade A boys. So now is like, okay, it's almost like a redo moment for me, but bringing everything along that I've learned on this journey so far. And so maybe that's a reflection for your life somewhere. You know, other people might have been like, oh, well, you know, you guys moved around a lot and you didn't have a stable place for them, and they didn't have a stable father their whole life. And like, a lot of people could, and my old subconscious mind could too, point out a lot of issues with that. On the flip side of that, they have seen almost the entire country. They have lived in a lot of different cities and met different people and had different sorts of experiences, have found their own way of connecting with God and nature. They've camped a bunch. They've seen like a huge amount of national parks and forests, and have learned some music and learned about a lot of different cultures, and spent time living with my parents and my sisters and cousins and different families and different structures where they had different influences, both masculine and feminine, in helping to shape them. They've experienced a lot of great opportunities that they wouldn't have had they been in public school all of the time. Yeah, I mean, and they've really got to do what they have loved and what they have enjoyed doing till they didn't want to do it anymore. They wanted to shift it up or get friendship or something. Anyway, so I look at that, and that's amazing, and that's a part of my life that I'm grateful for, and it definitely was a structure that transformed me a great deal. So this video is getting long, but I thought maybe that would be helpful. I do have a lot of experiences that I haven't shared with this audience that I would like to integrate more into the videos, so let me know if you like that. I do like to tell stories and to sort of like take a different viewpoint on what other people might, so that might be a strong point of mine. And then I thought I would integrate a little bit more ceremony here as well on this channel. So as you can see, I've got some big aspirations, so I'll start to unfold that maybe a little bit at a time and not all at once. And this channel has gone through quite a few little shifts and so forth, but I'm grounding in, I'm feeling connected to my passion and to my purpose and to my truth, and I look forward to that unfolding more and more, especially as Pluto gets ready to go back into Aquarius, where my Venus sits. And my Venus is in Aquarius, and that's a tricky place to love, with detachment, all of humanity and the surprises and the twists and the turns, but that has been my journey of loving it all. That's also my wound. My Chiron is in my 11th house, so Aquarius is natural house. So my wound is also the many changes in relationship that I've experienced. So I hope that you find that through this channel, the changing relationships that you might have with me, whether we work together or not, or whether we do for a time or don't, or whether you just meet me here, that you can learn to love all the different facets of me and therefore of you. As you can tell, I'm not a professional musician, but I freaking love it, and so I probably will do more of it, so I hope you guys don't mind. And you can always fast forward with the music. Anyway, thank you for being here with me in beautiful Mother Nature and enjoying a reunion with yourself today. May you find a reunion with yourself, coming back to all the pieces of you, because every part of you is worthy, is valid, has meaning, has greatness, has a story, has a nugget of alchemical wisdom and a reason why you came here. We didn't just come here to feel good, guys. We came here to feel it all. To feel it all. So I love you so much. The divine in me acknowledges, honors, and sees the divine in you.